My order from Sucky Stop arrived. So as you can see, it says contains plant parts. So my leaves are going to be in there. Let's get them out. Okay, so I opened the envelope wrong and now there's fluff falling everywhere. But you can see she included beautiful looking leaves. Okay, so let's see what we have. We have a Berkeley Light. As you can see, it's a very healthy and pretty leaf. It should have no problem sprouting as the Echeveria. This other one is a Glam Pink. The listing was for one unrooted leaf. She actually sent us two. Have a chance of, if one rots, another one might grow. The marble. Look at the color on the marble. It's so beautiful. Very Jiangyin. That's another one that was one leaf and she sent two. This variegated string of hearts, as you can see there, it's a gift. So that one was an extra one. Next we have Graptoveria, I think, Hermes. She sent three of those. This other one was another gift, the Apple Queen Echeveria. Echeveria Cupid. She sent two of these. Succulents. It has an S. I don't remember what S is. I know E is for Echeveria. G is for Graptosetums. S, I am not sure. Oh, sedum. Duh. A sedum Succulents. I completely forgot. Next is an Echeveria Muesli. That one she sent two. This other one was also a gift, and look at the color on these. Oh wow. An Echeveria Alondron. And the Echeveria Black Tan. And last one is the Echeveria Black Hawk. And yeah, just as I figured, the color on these is darker than it was shown on the photo. So I'm guessing these are going to be very dark. So that's all the leaves we got from Sucky Stop. As you can see, they are all healthy. Very high chances of them growing succulents. We're going to pot them right now so that we can get into how to grow these. First, we're going to prepare our soil. For our soil, I'm going to use cocoa coir. I know that succulents need very well draining soil, but because these are leaves and they still need to root, and those roots are going to be babies, we want very light, airy soil. So I'm going to put 2 parts cocoa coir, 1 part perlite. I'm going to mix some perlite in there. For drainage, I'm gonna add 1 part pumice, so that's 1 part pumice, and 1 part gardening charcoal, and I'm just gonna mix it all in there. It's looking like it's going to need a bit more peat moss, but that could be added in as you go along. You can just see how airy it is. That's going to help when the roots are forming. And you know, just kind of mix it all in so that it's very fine and airy, but it will still have good drainage. I don't like that part, so I'm going to take that out. So I can add a little bit more cocoa coir because I think my scoops were a little too big on the other. So I think this should be enough. I mean, you can start them off in succulent soil if that's what you want to do. I prefer this because the cocoa coir is going to retain enough moisture so that the leaves can grow, while at the same time not letting the water, all the other stuff is not going to let the water sit in there so that they can rot. It's just, for me so far, this has worked perfect for growing leaves. Okay, now to grow the leaves, I have these little bowls which I buy from the Dollar Tree. They sell you 12 bowls for like $1.25. And all I did was melt a hole through the bottom with a little metal rod I have. I just heat it up and make a hole at the bottom. You could use a heated up nail, anything you have that will melt. Just because you don't want water to stay in your bowl and rot the succulent leaves. So then we're just gonna take a little bit of soil. Oh, before you start putting soil in, label it. If you have the name for your succulent, label it. Otherwise, just toss in the leaves in there. But mine do have the name, and I do want to keep them individual so that I know what it is. So just add a little bit of your soil. I used cocoa coir bricks, so my soil is a little bit moist still from where I had it soaking so that it would expand. So this is still a little bit moist. If it's not, if your soil isn't moist, then just take a spray bottle and spray it lightly, just to get the top a little bit wet. Not, you don't want it drenched, just a little bit. And then you're going to take your leaves and place them on top of that. I'm going to place one going this way and one going this way. Now, the roots are going to come from this tip. So that you have to make sure that this tip is touching the actual soil, because that's where the roots are going to come out. And you want it to root as soon as the roots come out, you want it to grab onto the soil so that your succulent starts growing much faster. The actual little succulent is going to come from the top. So something like this works, where you just have it's lightly touching everything, and that's it. Now you're just going to place your little bowl in a spot where it will get bright indirect sunlight. You want it to get a lot of light so that it helps with the growth, but you don't want direct light, because direct sun will mush up your leaves. It will either scorch your leaves, dry them out completely, or they will end up mushy and slimy and disgusting and nothing will grow. So someplace that has a lot of light but no direct sun works, or even a little bit of indirect light. Like if it's not too bright, that's okay too, but it's just going to take a little bit longer to grow. So for me, where I place them is I'm just going to place them in this little shelf I have in the porch, because the porch, it gets some light, but actual sunlight never hits in there. So that's going to work for me, and that's it. So if you have the patience for it, this is a great way to grow a lot of succulents or rarer succulents for very little money. And that's all for today.